Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medina Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called the Poison Apple Martini. The ingredients you need: 1.5 ounces of vodka, 1.5 ounces of green apple pucker, 1/2 ounce of lime juice or 1/2 of a fresh lime, a splash of simple syrup, and some maraschino cherries. So here's how you're going to make the Poison Apple Martini. You're going to add the vodka, the green apple pucker, the lime juice, and the simple syrup into a cocktail shaker filled with ice. Shake for about 5 to 10 seconds, get a chilled martini glass, and pour into the shaker. Drop a little of the maraschino cherry syrup into the glass along with the cherry and enjoy. Have you tasted it yet?
I haven't.
It
and
looks
I'm
very
ready.
Halloween-y. And
It does.
This cocktail is brought
It's
to you
cute.
by Your Tipsy Homegirl. Make sure you guys check her out on TikTok or Instagram at Your Tipsy Homegirl. She has bartending services. She's a mobile bartender. She can host your birthday party, girls' night, date night. She will provide the beverages, and they be good.
All right. Cheers, bitch. How many times have you done that laugh today?
I don't even know.
Cheers.
Cheers
Let's
to
see.
a great show and a great cocktail.
Okay. So,
Oh, I love a martini. It makes me feel grown.
me too. I really need a cup with a handle. Welcome back to Cocktail Dirty Discussions, you guys.
Hey, y'all.
We just got back from Chicago.
We is tired.
We are we got back late last night, flight delayed.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a good time.
Chicago was everything we wanted it to be. The
Except
energy was
warm.
right. Yeah, it was cold.
It was
cold.
so windy.
But the vibe and the energy of the Chicago people were just amazing. The audience was like, it reminded me a lot of Philly, a little bougier than Philly.
Uh-huh.
It was like a mix of Philly and New York. No?
Okay.
I loved it. They seemed a little scared to participate, but they did.
Yeah, they were nervous. And I don't know if it's because you guys have seen clips from other shows and you weren't quite sure what we were doing or what, but the dick riding contest was funny.
It
That
was
was
funny.
really
Y'all
funny.
had to be there. No, y'all know we had the burlesque theme, and
Uh-huh.
so many people dressed for the theme. And I
Men
love when-
and women.
Men and women. We had a man come up and participate.
Yes. He gave us a little tippy tip.
He
Oh, not
did.
that one. We did. We had somebody who won a game. I'm thinking about the man who gave us a tip at the end. You know, I'm all about the dollars.
Oh, you talking about the man that actually? There was a
Yeah,
man in
that
the
was the
Chicago.
participation I was talking about.
This might be why the Chicago show is now my new favorite. First it was
Oh.
Philly, now it's Chicago. There was a man at the end of the show. I wish I could remember his Instagram, but can't. He gave me and Kiki money. He was like, I just want to show y'all how much I appreciate you. I'm not buying a shirt. I'm not buying that. I'm giving you money. And it was a nice little tip. We was like, thank you, sir.
And I put it
Thank
right
you.
in my bosom.
I put it in my titty too. Well, my bra was not a real bra, but I put it in there.
Y'all saw the pictures probably.
Yeah.
It was cute though. I liked it. If I had titties, I would wear something like that.
It
Oh,
was
well.
such a great time.
It was. We got to hang out with my friend Thomas. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Thomas.
Y'all might have met him. Thomas is my friend who was taking the pictures at the meet and greet and selling shirts and stuff and just running around doing stuff for us. We hung out yesterday, the three of us, and it was fun. We had a feast.
We had
at
a
some
feast.
place, Jack Melnick's maybe or
Yeah.
something like that.
They're known for their wings.
Uh-huh.
So we ordered wings and
Mhm.
drinks. I don't know why I ordered a Jack and Coke, but it felt good to drink a Jack and Coke.
I drank a few of them.
It just felt like that was the type of place where you drink a Jack and Coke.
yeah.
You over here ordering Kava.
Well, I just needed that to start. I'm gonna get a little bubbly everywhere we go. I just love it, and I need to stop because it be making me gassy.
It does, and it makes me burp with every word that I say.
Yeah.
But speaking of the DC live show, I wanted to take a quick moment to shout out Raw Skin Beauty. It was the makeup artist that sponsored our DC live show. She did my makeup and Kiki's makeup. She was amazing. She also has online services where you can book online her makeup services, or you can buy her lashes or lip glosses. Follow her at Raw Skin Beauty. It's RAWSKYN Beauty, or go to rawskinbeauty.com to check out everything she has to offer.
And I also want to shout out Nicole Gore Artistry. She was the other makeup artist in DC. She actually did Lauren Knight's makeup. And you can book her online at Nicole Gore NicoleGoreArtistry.as.me. She is a bridal makeup artist. She's based out of Richmond, Virginia, but she came to DC and traveled for us, so she may be able to do that for you. She also does one-on-one classes and specializes in soft glam. So, if you don't really want a heavy beat, that's the girl for you.
And
again, her website is NicoleGoreArtistry.as.me, and her Instagram is at NicoleGoreArtistry.
Make sure y'all check them out because it was hard finding a good DC makeup artist. I'm not gonna lie.
It was. I was trying to find one for this weekend, and everybody's
going back for homecoming.
It's homecoming season, and I'm gonna be out there. Well, y'all will hear this after. I was about to say, come say hey, but next time.
It'll be over. Yeah, make sure y'all check them out. Also, quick little shout out to Photospin Inc. That was the 360 photo booth. If you were at the DC live show, it was so cute.
Yes, if you haven't posted your thing, post it.
And
we want to see them.
us.
We didn't get to do it.
Yeah,
so we want to live through y'all, please.
We never get to do them, but she was another sponsor of the DC live show. Go to www.photospintastic.com, located in Maryland, but she is servicing the DMV, tri-state, and even abroad. The Instagram is at Photospintastic, and if you want to book, go to photospintastic.com. Thank y'all so much.
Okay, and we do have a few announcements to make before we get into today's show. We do want to let you know that this weekend, you guys, we are no longer hosting Taste Vitamins Sip and Stroke.
On October 29th. We will no longer be there. So I know a few people commented on Instagram, like, are y'all going to actually be there? And I was like, yeah, we're actually not doing it anymore.
Don't be looking for us.
Don't be. But if y'all go, have fun. Have fun. It's going to be a really fun event. But I will still be going to South Africa for New Year's Eve. So if you would like to come with me or just join the waiting list for the 2 trips that we have planned for next year, go to paradiseandvibe.com and sign up because it's going to be fun and worth it.
And I'm going to be in the kitchen whipping up some shit. So if you want to be like me and try new recipes, head on over to www.classybaste.com to purchase your cookbook. I'm going to keep them in stock for a while, so I do have them. It shouldn't take too long to get out. And then they're also available digital copies. That's KLASSYBASTE. I'll put the link in the description box. Also, sign up for Patreon, patreon.com/CockTales. We release bonus episodes pretty much every week. And we like to do a lot of behind-the-scenes content. Sometimes we'll share a cocktail, but lately it's been behind the scenes because we do so much stuff. And it's like, let's catch it and show y'all a little bit more of what goes into making a show. A lot of people write me and say that they're thinking about starting their own podcast, or they have a podcast and want to do live shows. What goes into it? It's a lot more than just showing up, let me tell you.
Being funny.
Yeah.
Because even when you don't be feeling like being funny,
you might have period cramps and shit.
You might just bled through your live show outfit.
Ooh. That's why I keep wearing black.
Or you might not have liked a service that was done. You still got to go perform.
Yep. Because that was me before.
So join Patreon and just come.
And you can find out what we're talking about.
We do a cocktail live. If you're new to the Patreon community and you joined last month's live, it was so much fun. Make sure you join. We do it the last Thursday of every month. And patreon.com/cocktails. That's where you sign up at. Also, you can pre-order the game.
Yeah, it should be shipping out next week when you guys hear this. So you won't even have to wait long. But hurry up and buy it because
it's already
the restock is already almost sold. So we're about to put in another order to get some more. But it's selling, so buy quickly.
Go to I'mCuriousToKnow.com. Also there you can get your merch t-shirts.
Next up for our live shows, we will be in Boston on November 4th. That's a Friday at City Winery in Boston. And then the following week, we will be at Stand Up Live on November 10th. That's a Thursday night in Huntsville, Alabama. And then on December 10th, we'll be in Houston, Texas at Warehouse Live for another live show. And the Houston show does have a theme. We want y'all to dress like it's the CockTales Ho 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 Ball. Okay? We want you in your best player's attire. Come dressed like a pimp or a hoe or both. Because I know I'm going to be both.
Go all out. If you need to Google up inspiration, a lot of options come up. If you want to look like 70s pimp or hoe, do 70s pimp or hoe. Niggas can wear wigs, little pimp hats, have a cane, get a grill.
There looking like, what's his name? Cat Williams. Put a little flip. Bump those in.
Yeah, get a little wig straight from the hair store, baby. Dress to impress. This, if you've ever dreamt of being a hoe or a pimp, December 10th is your night, baby.
We should do a contest.
Oh, we
of the
should.
best costume.
Should we do?
We should do the best pimp and maybe top 2 pimps, top 2 hoes.
Maybe just one pimp, one hoe, and then we do a cash prize giveaway.
Oh, whoa.
Well, it's the players' ball. It's money, baby. We'll talk about the giveaway, but that would be nice. That would be nice. Make sure you guys get your outfits in now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to see ours. Yeah, I'm excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm very excited. Also,
all the shows.
Yeah, all the shows are going to be fun. Alabama, Boston, y'all going to be fun too. There's no theme, but it's still going to be fun. If you're interested in sponsoring one of our live shows, get in now. Send us an email. Let us help you grow, and you will not be sorry. You will be very happy. As you can see, the DC show has been done past, but their packages included custom ads in the show, so that's why we're still talking about our sponsors from the DC show. It makes sense.
And we do have a limited number of spots, so don't wait until the last minute because we may not be able to give you everything that you want.
And if you are just a trick off type of nigga and you are like, I would love to help them, you can be a silent sponsor.
You can just give us some money.
Yeah, because some people are like, well, how do I help? But I don't have anything to for y'all to advertise.
You can make a donation.
You can make a silent donation.
Or we'll shout you out. It don't matter.
Yeah, what is you trying to do? Give us your money. Go in your wallet right now and send it.
If you got cash, we will find a way. Okay? All right. Do you have any more announcements?
No.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and move on to weird sex.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
This week's weird sex, several of y'all just sent me this story, and I thought it was so crazy. So, what would you do if you realized that you were allergic? It's nothing for a knife.
Oh, okay.
If you were allergic to orgasms, like your body started to have flu-like symptoms every time you achieved one, you gonna want to pull the knife out on your own damn self.
How is that even possible?
I mean, I didn't take any science classes in college, so I have no idea how that is medically possible, but it happened to a man. So let me tell you what he claims happened to him. There's a 27-year-old man. We'll just call him Mr. A. He avoided having sex with women due to the flu-like symptoms he was constantly developing. In a report by Urology Case Reports, the young man would experience fever, coughing, sneezing, muscle aches, and concentration issues. His ailment is known as post-orgasmic illness syndrome, a form of sexual dysfunction in men. Could you imagine? Dr. Andrew, I can't say your name, Dr. Andrew S. of England University, William Beaumont School of Medicine said in the report that the illness is often misdiagnosed, leaving several men to suffer. Currently, there are 60 cases, and its exact cause is unknown. Oddity Central states that symptoms begin after an infection or injury to the testicles. This leads to microscopic amounts of sperm leaking into the bloodstream, causing the immune system to respond. You think somebody was squeezing his balls too hard and he liked that shit?
I don't know, but I'm just like, how they figured that out? But I'll be going to the doctor trying to figure out what I'm allergic to that's causing my hives and don't nobody know. That's crazy. How y'all figure that out?
I don't know.
I got
Maybe you need to go
questions.
to that medical center.
Dr. X. What was his name?
Dr. S. It's a long ass name. It's just a bunch of letters thrown together that I
Okay.
wasn't about to mess up. But I thought that was sad and crazy. What if I was allergic to orgasms? What would I do?
I would, well,
I would cry.
I don't always orgasm when I have sex, so I might be okay.
I don't always orgasm when I have sex, but I always orgasm when I masturbate, and I do that a lot.
Ooh.
Like, I still want to get there. Then I would just have to resort to only having sex with real men, not the toys.
That is so
And I might be okay.
Oh, it's sad outside.
That is sad. Sorry to that man. Y'all keep sending the stories in weirdsex@cocktailspod.com.
Well, it's almost Halloween, if not Halloween already.
It's not.
It's not. Well, we're in our Halloween costumes. I'm
It's Halloween weekend.
Halloween
The
weekend.
parties have started.
What's
Are you doing anything?
So yes, I'm ordering a new costume so I can match someone's son.
Ooh.
He's gonna be a little dinosaur, and then I'm gonna be Wilma. I think that's her name from the Flintstones. Yeah, I'm gonna be Wilma, and then he's gonna be my dinosaur. And we don't know what we're doing yet, but there's gonna be so much going on that we gonna figure out something.
Are you gonna be here? Or are you
I'm
going
gonna be in
somewhere?
Atlanta.
Okay.
And I am so excited. I love Halloween. It's just a reason to
I can see you're lighting up like it's Christmas.
I love it. It's just a reason to have your booty cheeks out, and it's okay.
Okay.
Get a little drunk.
Yeah.
Yo, I got tipsy in Chicago and I took a puff of someone's weed pen and I was acting a fucking fool.
She cut up. Oh, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all what happened at the show. So after the show, we get our checks, right? I sat mine down. I meant to review it to make sure wasn't nobody trying to hoe us.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to that part, but we were trying to pack up everything because we were ready to go. We had been there all day.
Feet was hurting.
So as I'm packing up my stuff, first of all, Medina asked me if I wanted a ride. I walked out, came back, and she was like, "Okay, see you later."
Is that what happened?
It was the pen. I know it was the pen. And then you called me in the car like, was I supposed to take you? I was like, yeah, girl, it's okay. I see what you're about to do. It's totally fine. I got an Uber. Don't worry about it.
Weed is not the drug of choice for me.
It's not. So then I call her later because I couldn't find my check. And I was like, hey, will you check your stuff to make sure that my check didn't just mistakenly get picked up and put in with your stuff, or check the box with the merch.
Was it in the box?
I think it might be in there. Y'all, I get home last night. I have the box with all the merch. I said, let me just see. I had already had the canceled check and they wired me the money, but I opened it. It's sitting right on top. I said, this girl was so high. She was looking through her luggage on FaceTime with me and was like, what am I looking for? What am I doing?
I didn't know what I was looking for. I will never take a weed pen puff ever again.
It was funny. It wasn't even like annoying. It was just funny because she was on repeat.
That is crazy. We went to somebody's little hood club.
We
and
sure
we was in there
did.
scared, but we had fun.
I was holding my purse so damn tight.
I was just like, please don't let me step on nobody's foot. I don't want to fight.
Me and Thomas walked in there like, whoo, child, the ghetto. But we had a good time.
It was a really
fun.
good time.
We met some of the listeners in there. I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember Sunny D. Shout out to Sunny D.
Yeah, and a few more ladies. We saw Miss Cardigan.
Yeah,
I
saw Miss Cardigan. Yeah, I was laid up in the club. But yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Chicago
That
was
pen.
amazing.
I told Thomas I was not messing with that thing. He kept trying to offer it to me, and I was like, I'm not.
This was before or after you saw me what it did to
Before,
me?
because I already know how he get down. You're
can't-
advanced.
I can't do that. Kiki, have you been on any new dates?
Girl, I just got home last night. No, I have not. And I was thinking about it today on the way over here when I was looking at the notes. I was like, she keep asking me if I go on any new dates.
It's just always
I would like to go on more dates, but then you know what I realized?
What?
It's just not at the top of my priority list. Like I be saying I want to go on dates and stuff, but I told you what I did today, and I think about what I do every day. And even when I do have free time, I do a lot of stuff by myself, and I be wanting to be by myself.
Really?
And I'm like, do I really want to be by myself? What do I want somebody for? I don't know.
What-
but
do
then
you think-
sometimes I get lonely, and I want
Do you think it's
company.
because like we're getting up there in age and it's like you're set in your ways and you're just so comfortable being by yourself that you're like, I really am good.
Maybe. And then it's like whenever I do meet someone, I feel like you need to be interesting. Like hold my attention. Because if I'd rather go
Because niggas
home,
be boring.
yeah, if I'd
Ooh.
rather go home and watch Netflix without you even breathing my air, you're not that interesting. And I'm not telling you that you have to be like super funny and have me cracking up, but have a conversation.
Yeah.
And it just, I haven't been meeting a lot of people at all. And then whenever I do, it's just like, I forget about them.
It's so funny dating in your 30s as opposed versus dating in your 20s, because in your 20s you just expect less. You don't really care that much. And now like in your grown years, there's just more that needs to, I hate saying what are
Things
you
that
bringing to the
matter,
table, but
though.
just, you need to have a personality.
Yeah, and when I say bring to the table too, and I'm sure it's the same for you, is people always want to think it's like money.
Or, yeah.
And like actual things. And it's not that. But it's just like, what are you adding to my life to take up space in here, to soak up my
And
energy.
not
I
even-
want it to bounce back and forth, you know?
And
like,
maybe not
I
even to
wanna-
my life, maybe just to this moment in time.
But that's what I mean, like in your life. Like if we're gonna spend time together, are we actually enjoying each other's company, or are we both just doing something because we were bored?
Because we're bored. And it's so funny that you say that
Yeah.
because I have on here, have you ever been hooking up with or dating somebody that you didn't even like?
Oh yeah. Now I'll have sex with somebody I don't like, but it needs to stay just sex.
Has it ever been like it wasn't just sex? So like you find yourself hanging out with somebody and you realize, I think I'm doing this because I'm bored. I actually don't like you.
I've done it. I've definitely done it a lot.
It makes
A lot.
I have done it too, and it makes me feel so bad because it's like I kind of treat you mean, and I'm not even a mean person. So if I am being mean, now I'm being overly mean because I'm mad now that I have to be mean. And I think that you should notice that I don't like you, but that's also very
So you're trying to
rude.
put it on them
Right?
to like go away.
That's horrible. You can't do that to people. I really,
yeah, that's not fair.
you have got to date people that you like. You know, a few might get in there, but if you find yourself really kicking it with somebody and everything they do annoys you, or you're okay with being late or standing them up, or not responding to their text messages when you have your read receipts on.
Those are signs that you don't like them.
You don't like them, and I don't know what you're trying to force, but is the money really worth it? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, like, I don't think.
Is it that? Sometimes I don't even think people are getting money. I know a lot of people who are very much people who feel like it's better to have somebody than nobody at all. The people who are like, well, at least I got a man. Girl, and don't neither one of y'all like each other.
That's wild to be thinking like that in the year that we're in. What year we in?
I don't know. But you just shouldn't think like that, period.
In this year, yeah, because it's just, there's so many people out there that you could like.
I also think that, like, with getting older and being more real with myself and knowing myself better, like, I know what I want. I don't want to waste anybody else's time, too. Like, I realize that. Like, if it's not going to go anywhere and you really do want something, I'm a little bit more conscious of that than I used to be. And I am not so shy about sharing your shortcomings or that it will never be, or whatever the case may be. And I think we all have to learn to be, like, more honest with ourselves about what we actually want. And maybe join my book club if you're that bored.
Yeah.
Because we have a good time. I'm going to hang out with one of the girls from the book club tonight.
I love that. And sometimes that's just what it has to be. Have you ever been dealing with someone that you know didn't like you? Now, that's a harder question to answer.
Yep. I sure have.
You pulling up your little lion fur. It
Keep
doesn't.
these legs warm. It doesn't feel good.
It doesn't feel good at all. And I too have been there where it's like, you don't like me. Whether it's you, maybe you were attracted to me, but you don't really see anything.
You don't
with
like
me.
who I am on the inside.
Right. You don't. There was a guy that I was dealing with, maybe like over the summertime, and I am a very relationship-y person, even if it's interesting, because I'm not a relationship person, just relationship-y. So even when I'm dating people or having multiple partners, it's really relationship because that's how my personality is. It's just, I am going to be texting you and calling you throughout the day. Even I don't think you're my boyfriend. That's just, I like to talk and laugh and you be in my pussy. So like, why can't I call you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
It's only fair.
it's only fair. And so I'm good at separating the two. I really am. But this dude, he didn't like that. He didn't like that I talked so much. And he was like, yeah, shawty, like, nah. That's all he said. He was like, yeah, nah. We were having so much fun together. At least I thought we were. But now looking back at it, I was like, wow. Like when we would be out, he would like, one time we went to Lake Lanier and went to like a boat party and he just left me alone. Like he went to a whole other boat with like other girls. And I was just like,
There?
it was the most, and I was like, oh wow, he doesn't enjoy my company. Like he probably is regretting that he brought me. It's like going on a trip with a nigga and you wish you didn't go.
Yeah.
But he felt like that. I felt embarrassed because then I was like, dang, like why the ooh, but it doesn't feel good. So having been on both sides of it, if you are dating people that you don't like, it sounds crazy, but people be doing that.
They know because they doing it too.
Somebody is doing it now.
I think everybody has been there. And if you're honest with yourself, you probably have been on the receiving end of being somebody hanging out with you and they must have been bored because they don't really fuck with you. That's the kind of stuff that makes people victims on Snapped. So I think y'all need to stop playing with people, especially a woman who is 32 plus, because we are tired. I mean, they're tired. I'm 30, my bad. But they are tired, okay? And it's like, don't play with me. I have been working for years. I was thinking about how long I've been working the other day. I've been working for 20 years.
Wow. I've been working since when did I first start working?
I was a victim of child labor.
I was too. I think I was like 15 when I started working.
That is a long time.
That's a long time.
And I was like, I have got to figure something out because, to be totally honest, my retirement plan was to get married. And woo, I'm so far away from that. I'm way closer to what a retirement should be. And
don't stress because there is time. Again,
buy these live show tickets.
In the year, buy the live shows tickets, join Patreon, get the game, get the merch, get the cookbook, get on the reading rainbow tour. What is it? The book club. Join all the things and give us your money. No, but yeah, it doesn't feel good to be dating people that don't like you. There was something I was gonna say and it totally just slipped my mind. Fuck, hopefully, because I hate when that happens. But moving on, it is ghosting season.
What?
You heard of cuffing season?
Yes.
Well, now it's ghosting season. And you know why?
Why? Because it's cold.
Not only because it's cold and the holidays are coming up, but
oh, yeah, definitely.
niggas don't want to cheat on their girls. Bitches ain't trying to cheat either right now. Or you're meeting people and maybe it's time to stay in the house with just that one person. Summertime's over. You want to go on dates with one person. And now people are getting those texts or not where no one's responding or they're like, hey, like I'm dating somebody now. Fall back. We can reconvene in the summertime.
Have you ever sent somebody a text like that?
Oh my gosh, Kiki. I'm going to actually read this verbatim. This man, I met him at Piedmont Park, right? I met him at the ice cream festival.
Okay.
Gave him my
I remember
number.
that. We had just gotten back from somewhere.
I found it, fall back. That's crazy. And he was getting on my nerves so badly that I had to just be honest. I didn't even want to be honest. I had to. He kept hitting me up.
Not you didn't want to be honest.
Girl, he was just saying all types of stuff. He's talking to himself. Good morning, hello, stranger. He said, why are you doing me like this? Again, I had just met him maybe like 3 days ago. I said, sweetheart. I don't even use that. I have a lot going on. No one is doing anything to you or no one is treating you any type of way. You got to chill. And good morning to you, too.
Because I didn't even respond, nigga.
Like, what is you talking about? He said, communication saves relationships and friendships. I'm sorry
We're neither.
We're neither.
I don't know you, bro.
We are neither. I'm sorry you have a lot going on. When you get through it, let me know. Maybe I could help. I said, oh, no, it's not bad stuff.
Okay, I'm booked and busy, bitch.
I'm just busy. That's exactly what I said. I said, I'm just busy. I will hit you up when I have time to actually meet up with you. And you're right about the communication saving relationships, but we don't even know each other. So I just need you to fall back a tad and let me reach out to you when things slow down. Girl, this was months ago. Why did he reach out recently? I think over this past weekend. And he goes, good afternoon. Is now a better time for you? It's been a minute. It's a wrap, bro. Bro, this was in May. The last time I talked to him it was May. This is an example of date people that like you. Anybody that we exchanged numbers to and it just didn't happen and you tell me to fall back and you'll reconvene with me when you have the time. First of all, I'm not talking to you anymore. If you happen to hit me up and be like, hey, I really was in a bad part of life or I was just really busy, I would love to take you out again. That's different. But I'm not gonna follow up in 4 months and be like, hey, remember when you told me to fall back? Well, here I am again.
This is not a job interview.
You're not interested. And sometimes people do I hate when people say things like, why would you give your phone number to someone that you don't like? Sometimes
there's a million reasons.
Sometimes you just want the person to leave you alone. So, and it might not make sense to you, but you're not a woman. Men be harassing people. Sometimes you do it because they looked good in the dark. And then you see them again on Instagram, you're like, oh, you're actually not my type.
Or when you were drunk.
Or maybe you have a boyfriend and you was a little tipsy and you gave your number out and you're like, ooh, my bad. Didn't mean to do that. You don't get to keep blowing somebody up and you mad because they don't want to converse with you after giving you their number and you're a stranger. Get the fuck out of here. I was really like, bro, leave me alone. It's annoying.
That is annoying. I met a guy when, I don't remember where I was. I was somewhere. But I remember it was before the New York show because he lives in New York. So I had given him my number. He kind of reminded me of another nigga I like. So I was like, okay. So I give him my number and we're talking. And then he's like, oh, I'm going back to New York. Hit me up when you come in town. I forgot. We were very busy in New York. He's texting me, but the conversations are never anything. He never picks up the phone and called ever. When he was texting me, it's just like, oh, how's your day?
I hate you don't know how to text.
Over again, like, it's the same as it was yesterday. The conversation never goes anywhere. He hit me up the other day and was like, hey, how have you been? Don't.
You can only good morning, how you doing, what you doing today. So for me, you can really only do it 2 times. After that, I'm like, you don't know how to have a conversation. Why would I ever meet up with you?
Because it's like, okay, you say that. Maybe you want to do a greeting. Fine. I answered. Then what? Do you expect me to carry on the conversation? You hit me up. I am making my coffee and watching the news. I am enjoying my morning, okay? I've asked Alexa to start my day, and that's what I'm doing. Starting my day.
Sir,
what do you want?
What do you? This is why y'all gotta just date the girls in their 20s, because they don't be wanting to talk about nothing either.
They don't. They're just like, can we go to the mall?
And I get it.
I
Sis,
do
live your
too.
best life. But when you come over here, I need some sentences in them text messages.
Okay, a little joke here and
Yeah,
there.
maybe send me a little voice note. I love a voice note.
I hate that.
Ooh, I love a voice note, nigga.
Why?
It's just
It
fun.
makes you close your eyes. Ooh.
It's fun.
What do they send you? Like sexy messages?
Not
or
even
just
sexy
regular
messages. Sometimes I'll be like, if they're like, I'm in the car, I'll be like, oh, are you listening to music? You know I'm goofy. And they're like, yeah, I'll be like, will you sing me the song? And sometimes we do Disney singing. Sometimes we do little Disney song battles.
The more I learn.
I love to be having fun. That's why niggas do not be liking me, because they don't be fun. And so fuck y'all. I recently was talking to, I don't know if I was talking to my sister about this or a girlfriend of mine about it, because maybe she's going through it, but delusional dating. Just by me saying delusional dating, what do you think I mean by that?
I think it's you're delusional. It's like when you think that things are more serious than they are. You think that they exist when they don't. Yeah, you're just having delusions about what's really going on. And that is not a good place to be.
It's not.
Mhm.
Do you think that we could give examples of delusional dating? Because it like sometimes I feel like men play into it. And sadly, I'm only talking about this from women being the delusional ones. I don't feel like a lot of times the man is the delusional one. I feel like sometimes ladies start dating somebody and think that, first of all, there's a difference between like fucking and dating and a relationship. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Dating, and men and women look at it differently. Because I was talking to somebody the other day. I was like, he was like, what do you think dating is? To me, dating is what it is. Like, we're going on dates, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're having sex. We might or we might not, but it doesn't mean that we're not dealing with other people. And
I agree. And you're doing activities outside of sex.
Right. You're doing activity and then just fucking is like,
just fucking.
We just fucking. There's not really a lot of
conversations really being had. And it's nothing wrong with these different type of relationships. Just know what you got.
Y'all gotta be clear. And what happens is, and it's the niggas' fault. I feel like niggas love to confuse women. You want the confusion to be there. So then when girls get confused, they don't feel confident to ask questions about where you're at. Because no one wants to be the, what are we girl? I'll be the what are we girl, because I don't have no time for y'all to be stomping on my feelings and crunching up my heart and have me crying on Christmas. I'm just not doing it. But there's a difference. So a lot of times I feel like when women are dating, even if you're going on consistent dates, if you haven't had that conversation of are we exclusive or not, you assume that this is your boyfriend. And now you risk, you ain't never did that?
In my head, but I know that's not really my man. I just be playing pretend by myself. Like they telling people that's their boyfriend.
Telling people that is your boyfriend. And so
now I like to play pretend, but again, that's in my head. I'll make little jokes amongst close friends, but we all know this is what I want, not what reality is. I know that's not my boyfriend, and I would not introduce him as such.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely delusional. That's not even fun. That's scary.
But I also feel like delusional is nobody, even your close friends, meet the boyfriend. Do you think, if I don't meet your boyfriend and we're close, or if I'm close to you and I had a boyfriend and you just never meet him, it gets to a point where this is getting weird now. Why does that nigga not want to meet nobody? Is he actually your boyfriend?
You know what? Sometimes it could be that. But I also think that sometimes it's something about the person. And that's why people keep them away. My mama told me a long time ago, a lot of signs about abusers, for example. And it sometimes men or women, it could go either way, but the abuser in the relationship, a lot of times they want to isolate you. They're not going to want to be around your friends. They don't want you to see, they don't want the friends or the family members to see what goes on between you guys and see the dynamic. They want to have that person with them and isolate them because
That's crazy.
Because once you see it and they can't lie to you about what it is, then it makes things harder. That's crazy, but it is weird if you never bring a person around. I would question, not only is the relationship real, because it could be, but do you just not really fuck with me like that? Because that could be it too. Maybe I don't want to bring them around because you don't need to be in my business. We not that close.
Oh, that's still
Which
weird.
that could, yeah, if you thought that y'all were close, you know? I think it could be a lot of things, but whether it's delusional or dangerous, it just ain't right.
Don't you want to be happy? I just be looking at folks.
So, like, okay, when you've seen somebody who you think is delusional in a relationship, do you talk to them about it? Or do you just
because that's a quick way to, again, at the big age that we are at, I have learned to really mind my business when it comes to people's relationships because everybody wants a man. So it's like they don't want to hear that you're in the relationship and he's not. Especially when it just doesn't seem that way. Like you're all wrapped up and dropping all your plans for him and he never does the same thing for you. Like, I don't know if it's selfish and maybe y'all are in a relationship or it is, to me it seems delusional. But and no, I just won't say anything. I'm just gonna let you be delusional because you're happy.
And I think that unless the person asks, really, you're going to probably just get upset yourself because it's like, I'm telling you what it is. I'm trying to be a helpful friend and you're not listening and that becomes frustrating. Sometimes you got to wait till the person wants to see it. That sucks.
I also feel like people that are in relationships like that, though, if you end up getting married, you need to take the part out of the vows where the person that's marrying y'all is like, if anybody here does not agree with this matrimony stand up, they need to take that out because you don't really mean that. Because what if I really stood up? What happens if you stand up?
It's a delusional relationship and that ain't even the person's boyfriend. They not going to make it down the aisle. And if they don't want other people around, you're not going to be invited.
There are people getting married right now that were dating and didn't like each other. That is a thing. People are getting married to each other and you don't like each other.
Just one person doesn't like them. The other person in love. That's the delusion.
That's the delusion. But if you are at a wedding and you stand up and you're like, I don't agree, do you have to leave the wedding?
I guess it's up to those people. I mean, we saw what happened on A Different World. She married the other nigga. You never watched A Different World?
Did. What?
Well, that was an iconic scene. Yeah, she married the other guy. I guess it just depends on what happens.
I'm not saying if you stand up and you're like, I love him. No, it's just a friend stands up and is like, I don't agree with this.
Yes, you gotta go. You think you get to stay and eat my chicken breast?
Well, y'all said it. Y'all said to
so
say.
So what? Okay, you spoke your piece. Now it's time for you to go.
That's rude. I would take my present back.
Take it.
Okay, well, and I hope y'all get a divorce. And when y'all get a divorce.
Now, see, that's just
I want a refund for my hotel and my plane ticket. Fuck you niggas.
You know you're not getting that. They're going to be like, good riddance.
That is really crazy. Like, I just do think people should I've been to plenty of weddings where I wanted to say something, but I knew I couldn't say nothing because the dinner selection.
Did you try to? Oh,
looked it was delicious.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
Do you think that, what would you do if somebody did that at your wedding?
Well, I'm taking that out of my wedding. So, and because I do want y'all to know, I don't care. But it should, if I did have that in my wedding, I told my mom and my sister this, if certain people close to me really felt some type of way, I do hope you would stand up and I would give you the microphone. And I want you to tell me why, because there's clearly something I don't know. Did you see this nigga out last weekend? Was he doing something at the bachelorette party? Go ahead and tell us all.
To be honest, I hope you tell me beforehand because, and tell me sooner than all the deposits and payments are made. Like, because was it just something you saw him doing last night? Or had you been feeling this way? You let me plan all this shit, have all my friends mad at me because I done turned into a bridezilla? Like,
and I wasted all this money and I can't get why did you wait until this moment?
I saw a story online about this lady who they didn't go through with the wedding. I can't remember if he stood her up or if he walked out or what. And she stayed there and they just enjoyed the reception, everybody who stayed, and she had a smile on her face. And I said, I know she was hitting the wall slide when she got home and she just tried to keep her face up or she was on drugs because ain't no way I would be boohoo crying.
I would be very mad.
I would just leave. Like, yeah, y'all eat the food and pack me up a plate to go because it's paid for.
I would have a seizure.
Sad.
I know that I would have a seizure or something. Like something dramatic would happen. I would be crying. I would throw the cake. My mom would they'd probably have to tie me down on a stretcher. I would be pissed because why did you have me? You remember when Carrie was like, and she was grabbing her heart and she just, how could you do
that
this?
Would be me. It was just so much. And then she was depressed for forever. Well, not forever, but for a long time. And then she still went back and married him.
I don't know.
That was wild.
That might be delusional dating. Mr. Big did Carrie so wrong in every episode. When you think about all the episodes, it was very rare that she wasn't crying over him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
even after he died, and she was still
Tree
jealous.
died.
She was jealous because the ex-wife was getting money in the will.
She was still stressed about other bitches in Big.
And it's like, bitch, he was cheating on you with her, and vice versa. Like,
ladies, we have got to do better.
Don't stab the couch.
Because I really am sick of us out here looking dumb over somebody's son.
Well, it makes for great Lifetime movies. So I need a few people to still do it so they can get the material for my entertainment. Thank you so much. Your pain is my pleasure.
And on that note, we will move on to Indecisive Diane.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey ladies, it's me, Diane, and since we're in the holiday season, I wanted to suggest something very thoughtful for maybe a third, second, or first date to get to know where someone's heart is. Why don't you look up some volunteering opportunities? Tell your bae you want to go do something for the community. See what he says. See how you feel. You get to go there and see how someone's heart is. Are you selfish? Are they going to be disgusted by homeless people? Go and try it out.
Okay, and we are back from Indecisive Diane, and it is time for the advice. If you have a question you want to ask on the show, email us advice@cocktailspod.com. Okay, so this one says, besties bicker over baby-making beads. What the fuck is a baby-making bead? Do you know what that is?
I don't. I read it. It says something you put around your waist to get pregnant or something. I don't know.
You better not get none of those. Now, hey, girlfriends. You just heard what I said. Recently, I was having a general conversation with a friend about waist beads. She suggested I get beads for infertility, assuming that will be my future since I have PCOS. I thought it was rude since I am single and not in the stage of family planning yet, and a PCOS diagnosis does not automatically equal fertility struggles. She may be projecting, and she has unfortunately suffered 2 miscarriages with an ex and has been trying for a baby for over 6 months in her new relationship. I did let her know that I was offended by her response. I was offended. Her response was she is sorry that she touched on something sensitive, but I still can't wrap my mind around why she thought that was a good idea to speak on something she does not know about in the first place. Is this an indication that I have outgrown this 20 years plus friendship and need to keep it moving? Appreciate your feedback. Thanks. Bickering with bestie over baby making beads. I think you already sick of her because this sounds like something where, while it is offensive, it's the straw that broke the camel's back. Because y'all been friends for 20 years, and she said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. And now you're like, should I just not be her friend no more? Like, damn, what you think?
I don't understand. Can you? I was
So the problem is, this girl has PCOS, and her friend who has suffered her own miscarriages recently and is trying to get pregnant but can't have a healthy full-term pregnancy is telling her, oh, maybe you should get some waist beads because you have PCOS. But it doesn't automatically mean that you can't have a baby if you have that. So she feels like, why would her friend say that? And she felt like it was insensitive and rude. And is this a sign that she just needs to cut that bitch off and not be her friend no more?
No.
That's why I'm saying I feel like she's already
So she
sick
did
of her.
something else to make you mad or annoy you because it's okay. I think if that's your friend, like sometimes I say things to really good friends, a 20-year friendship, you damn near my sister. I might say something that is uncomfortable. I mean,
I think you should just talk to her about it. She probably is projecting though, and I think that that's something to consider as well. Like, I've never had a miscarriage. I don't know what that feels like, but I would imagine if you had 2 of them and you want to actually have a baby, this wasn't a praise break moment, then you're going to project a little bit. I would assume. Or you might not handle your emotions well. So I think you should talk to her about it. But if the bitch already been getting on your nerves, then just say that.
And maybe y'all spending too much time together. Maybe you need a break. And sometimes maybe you need to stop telling folks, even your close friends, all your business when it's something that's really like a struggle with you. You already told her all the stuff. Maybe you just need to work on it on your own. If you're this annoyed.
She's not even trying to have a baby. That's what she's saying. Like, why is she even talking to me about this shit? I'm not trying to have a baby, bitch. You are. So why you telling me to put on the fertility beads? I don't want to get pregnant.
You ever had a friend who's going through something really heavy, and there are moments where they project and they say things and it is out of line, but you just let them get away with it because of what they're going through. That sometimes I deal with people that I really care about. I've done that a lot. It's like you going through a lot, and I'm not even going. I'm just going to take
you
the
can't
L.
slide forever, but I'll let it.
I'm gonna let this slide right now because I don't know how I would be if I really wanted babies and couldn't have one. That must be really traumatic. So maybe, sis, maybe you need to take yourself out of it and just take the blows, just a few.
Send her some waist beads.
Yeah,
and
send
be
her-
like, I know that you mentioned these, so I found somebody who makes them, and I wanted to support her business and support you. Good luck.
That's actually really sweet. That is. Like, yeah, let's do it
She
that
gonna be
way.
like, you shady ass bitch.
She might. It's
Hey,
kind
you
of
can
shady,
chuckle
but it's
inside
also
and
sweet.
go on about your day.
Yeah, that way you're not stomping her while she's already down. She's trying to have a baby now. She's about to lose her friend. Come on. Let's stay friends. Okay, I pulled this one up. Let me know if we've read it before.
Hopefully I can remember.
In love with the same old D.
I know that's right.
Hey, besties. Let me just say, you two ladies are legit my best friends in my head. I am a new listener and I fell in love with this podcast instantly. I'm currently catching up on all the episodes, and trust me, I'm catching up pretty fast. Anyway, let me get straight into it. So currently I've been in a relationship for a year now, and this is the man I have been praying for. He runs 2 of his own businesses, takes care of his home, even takes care of his home, even takes care of his home. He should be. Sometimes when people give these accolades to people, I'll be like, you should be taking care of your home. Right? Like when people be like, he has a job, he pays his bills, and he got a car. He should. This ain't special.
15? These are things adults do.
Right. He puts his clothes on. Okay. Yeah.
He brushes his teeth
He
every
wipes
morning
his
and
booty
night.
after he poops. Well, he should. Okay. So he takes care of his home, even mine as well. Not only did he accept my child, but loves her as if she was his own. Very nice looking. And to end that note, he treats me as a queen.
So what's the problem?
It's probably about to be very bad. Whatever I ask for, I never hear the word no. He is my biggest support system in whatever I do. Dates. That's how you know it's going to be really bad. 'Cause she's really building this
The
up.
sex is whack and she fucked somebody else. But go ahead.
Dates every weekend. This list can go on. Being with him has taught me to raise my standards on so much more than what I have been settling with in my past dating relationships. I know you can be thinking, what's the problem then, sis? Well, the problem is the sex. When we first got together, we were having sex like rabbits. I mean, our first time meeting, we ended our night having sex. The sex was fire in the beginning, but now our sex life seems to have slowed down as if we were an old married couple. It's ever so often, I can literally count on one hand how many times we have sex in a month. With the change like that, it has me questioning, do he find me attractive or maybe he's bored with my coochie? I don't know what made it come to this. Then on top of the slow sex life, it's the same old routine and same old positions. I literally know the next move. Now, oddly, I don't know how to approach the conversation on how I've been feeling about all this because I don't want him to seem like I'm tripping. I don't want it to seem like I'm tripping, but I am. I want that dick. I want that dick like how it was before. I know sex isn't supposed to be important. What?
Who said that?
Where are you from, man? It's important. But it is a good percentage in a relationship. Please help me. Signed, your good sis. There's just a lot of issues here, ma'am. You know
what threw me off was she said she was trying to raise her standards, but she already had somebody. Like, why are you raising the standard? Like, yeah, he's treating you good, so that's good. She said it as if she's ready to move on to the next person. Like, this was a good person to help me realize what I need next time. You know what? How often do you actually initiate sex? Because he might be feeling the same way towards you. Like, oh, we used to have this sex, but then it was like, I was always initiating it. She never does. Maybe I'm doing too much. Let me back off. So you should ask yourself that.
I say this all the time and I sound like a broken record. it's not always the man's job to start sex. Like, that's a lot of, I learned that in my grown years. And sometimes we're not used to starting it and getting starting the vibe and getting it sexy and just coming on to a man. But you got to learn how to do it, bro. Like, it's not fair to put all that pressure on the man. Like, what if he feels like you, just like Kiki said? Like, what you going to do? Like, he got to do all the work all the time. It's not fair. And
he's doing every damn thing.
That's what during the actual, he's doing all the things. He's taking care of your home, and you can't just start some sex, my nigga. Start the sex.
Just pull the dick out. He don't need all that extra, probably.
Just
be like, hey,
girl. Like, you playing now, sis. How old are you? You got a baby? You come on. Sometimes you gotta take the reins and get your stuff started on your own.
Just hop on top of him.
Yeah, eat a little edible maybe if you need to loosen up.
But have the water right there, because sometimes that really gives me dry mouth.
It does, and now you don't feel sexy at all. You want to go to sleep. You do fall asleep. Now you're slobbering and farting.
But I would say that and let's just be honest, a lot of guys end up having problems earlier than later with like erectile dysfunction and other sexual dysfunction. So it could be that, and he could be a little bit embarrassed about it. Maybe all of the stress of all of these goddamn bills, the baby, you, life, you not asking to suck his dick or nothing and just sitting around waiting for him to do it. I mean, it might be stressing him out.
It could be.
He might need a little blue chew or something.
Y'all have got to learn how to communicate. Take this letter.
And you don't have to accuse him of anything. Yeah. Just say, hey, remember when we used to do this, and this, or remember this time? I want that back.
Yeah, or leave
and
him
start doing the things you did that day.
Yep. Ooh,
make it turn into
where
sex.
you met.
Oh, that's a good one.
And have him, you go holler at him, be like, I'm gonna approach you this time, and start it off like that. Listen to the Usher song, "Trading Places." Come on, communicate.
Get creative.
Yeah, you got it. Tell us how it goes.
Okay, so now it's time to move on to the cocktails. If you have a cocktail that you would like to send us, email it to us, cocktails@cocktailspod.com.
But if you ain't got a buck, I won't cup 'em. Spend 100 on me, it ain't nothing. Money double D, so stuffing. Back to the point. Is it some cash in this place? If it is, I'll probably see the stats in your face, turn around. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe.
Okay, Medina, you want to go first?
Yes. So, did I put one down? Yeah. This one is titled "My Unicorn Cocktail." There's a picture in the email. Ooh, let me make this bigger because I am blind. Hey, ladies. I just want to start off by saying how much I enjoy your podcast. You guys are like my open-minded homegirls. My friends just don't get it. Anywho, as I was laying here watching Cocktails, and I figured I should share how I thought what would be a one-night stand became a unicorn experience. I'll keep it short, but try not to leave out any juicy details. I met this guy through a friend while we were celebrating her birthday. He got so lit off Hennessy, Douce, and Casamigos. Whoa, what drugs was he on to drink Hennessy, Douce, and Casamigos? I rode to the club with my homegirl, but I ended up going home with him. I was drunk and horny. I ended up in his bed, and we were just talking and vibing. I mentioned I was hungry, and he went to the kitchen and whipped up some Alfredo at 3 a.m. in the morning. I took a shower and put on his shirt. I was skeptical about fucking him because we've run in the same friend circle. He took his shirt off and all that shit went out the window. I'm a health fanatic and I love working out. His abs spoke to me first, and the bulge in his briefs made me curious. So I asked if he could keep a secret. I don't remember his response. All I remember is after he devoured my pussy and made me come, he pulled his dick out and stood over me stroking it. It was so fucking pretty, like perfect, long and girthy. My mouth watered, and him teasing me made me want to taste his cum. I just had a flashback. Have you ever been having sex with
You
a
said,
man? Have you ever been fucking and like he comes, or you're sucking his dick and he comes and it like gets on your body? Okay, that happened to me recently, and he went down and licked up his cum. Have you ever seen a man do that?
No.
It was the sexiest thing, and then he put it in my mouth, and then I put it back
Not
on his
you
dick.
was snowballing. Ooh, you so nasty.
When he did, I looked at him like, he's not gay, he's not gay, he's not gay, he's not gay.
It's his own cum.
I know, and then I said, it is his own cum. That came from his body. Okay.
You better lick it up. Shit.
I said, give me them babies. I sucked his dick and told him let me. I told him to wait. I sucked his dick and told let him fuck my face, and then let him fuck my face. Can y'all Okay. When he finally put his dick in me, I damn near came again. Even though I was soaked and he took his time, it still hurt a little. He fucked me so good. I couldn't believe it. I came constantly. I squirted and fucked up his sheets too.
Ooh.
You need a little squirt pad from Squirtopia. We fell asleep after about 3 rounds. He woke me up a few hours later and fucked me into 2 more orgasms. I literally couldn't move, y'all. I fell back asleep. Once I woke up, he was walking in the room with a full breakfast spread. Is he a chef? I'm a picky eater according to most, but he literally had almond milk yogurt. Who is this nigga? Who just got almond milk yogurt?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Me neither. And the only type of turkey bacon I eat on the spread. Okay. I guess because he's into fitness too, we have similar taste. He made me coffee and I didn't have to tell him how I liked it. It was just perfect. I was shook because was he about to kill me? Shit just seemed too perfect. He then told me to lay back down and get some rest because I drank a lot last night and I was kind of hungover. Literally the perfect gentleman. After that, we fucked continuously for months. The chemistry was indescribable. I'll have to write another cocktail about Halloween night, how I sucked his dick at the club, then got fucking in the parking lot, and then I rode his dick while he drove and I controlled the wheel. Is this Jody? Passing the police car. Or about the time I pegged him on Valentine's Day. We no longer have our sexual escapades because I'm in a relationship with someone else and I'm sure some other girl is enjoying that freaky ass nigga. I attached a picture so you guys could see how cute he is. Even through the tank, you could tell the body is there.
Oh, I'm going to look this up so I can see the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sending that in. Okay, I have one. It says, first experiences. I'm listening to episode 231, Come Strip for Me and My Man, new listener. Last year, I turned 32 and I wanted to have a sexual experience with a woman or have a threesome. So after my 33rd birthday, this guy I've been fucking around with hit me up one day and said, hey, would you like to have a sexual experience with me and a lady friend? They fucked around for a few years. It was like, okay, cool, but let me and her talk so she understands this is my first time and allow me to be comfortable with her. They had threesomes together prior to me. She and I talked for a few days. Goddamn. And we vibed. We had sex together before the threesome. It was my first experience with a woman and it was mind-blowing. I was actually amazed at how open I was to a woman fucking me eating her pussy, and vice versa, and everything else. It was so pleasurable. The day of the threesome came. Her and I continued to fuck around even before, several times, including the night before. We meet at the hotel. Her and I start fucking first like we have several times before. He came in the room and just joined in. It was 3 hours of fun. She moaned my name, not his. As we fucked, it's like they were both competing for my pussy. They both said the threesomes they had prior to me did not even compare. Shout out to me. Continuing on, her and I continued to see each other. She told me she loves me. I told her I love her too because I do care about her, but she wants to be in a monogamous relationship. And I told her from the get-go, I'm experiencing life. We can do our thing, but this isn't my ultimate one. We stopped talking for a little bit, essentially cut ties, but she came back around. We still fuck around till this day. I never expected my threesome woman-on-woman experience would be this way. I taught her how to make me squirt. She taught me just where to stay when I eat her pussy. Is it weird that I don't want to ever be with another woman? I just want to be with her, unless I meet Medina. Ooh. But I ultimately want to be with a man and maybe get married and still fuck with her too. Her issue is not wanting to be a side chick, but wanting to be with me regardless of what I do. P.S. The guy has been begging for another threesome with us, but we both turned him down. Hope y'all read this on the show. Such a big fan in such a short amount of time. Well, thank you, girl.
Thank you, girl. Ooh, the ladies love Dean.
They showed. They was shooting a shot in Chicago.
I was like, y'all get the microphone from these bitches.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for sending in all of this stuff. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you are subscribed to our Patreon, patreon.com/CockTales. Remember, we will not be at the Taste Vita event. And also follow us on Instagram. We are at CockTales Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean Dean.
And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Population. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Wait on the track. Bye. 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 Goodbye. Bye. 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 Population. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Wait on the track. Wait on the track. I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Population. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Wait on the track. Bye. Bye.